Payroll contribution will go up, as will Donald's, assuming he can't figure out how to get out of it. But what we want to do is to replenish the Social Security Trust Fund.
Since that moment in Wednesday's debate, Donald Trump's nasty woman comment has taken on the quality of a meme, tapping into an intense and broad resonance, inspiring T-shirts and buttons, and catching on like wildfire on social media, particularly among women of all generations. And it's putting other Republicans on the spot now as well. Today on Fox News, a Republican congressman from Texas, Brian Babin, was asked about Trump's choice of words and defended his nominee, saying, quote, "Sometimes a lady needs to be told when she's being nasty." Okay. So with that, we are joined now by Stephanie Schriock, the president of Emily's List, which has a famous affiliation with women candidates around the country. Stephanie, Hillary Clinton in the debate did a couple things that can have resonance with women. One, she defended abortion rights in a very forthright way. She went after Donald Trump as a sexual predator. But this nasty meme seems to have caught on more than anything. Why do you think that is?
Well, I think we watched that debate and saw an incredibly strong leader in Hillary Clinton, and then right at the end, you heard this, and even for me, and I watch all of this, right? I'm a junkie of politics, and I even felt a little bit like it was a sucker punch at the end. And I think so for so many women, for so many of us around the country, we've been in that room when some unqualified guy says something snarky or tries to belittle us right at the end, and it just, like, enough is enough. And I think that it's why it has caught the attention, and because it went to our gut, right? It was a gut hit, and we're seeing it all over. The energy of women of all ages, like you said, young women, older women, across the board, who are like, that's it. Hillary Clinton is the most qualified. We are proud to stand by her. She deserves to be president, and we're not going to take it anymore. And I think that's what you're seeing all over social media, and what you're going to see on Election Day, even in early vote, as we're seeing that around the country now.
Stephanie, it's Donnie. It's interesting. I felt that moment had even, I know the media has gone with the rigged elections, but I was stunned at that. And to me, there was such a misogynistic tone in that. What's interesting, I've always talked about how so much of this was going to be about gender. How did a man and a woman go at each other on stage? And Hillary, amazingly so, after being told she has hate in her heart and she needs to be locked up, we know all the things, she has never responded with belligerence, because I think they've done research and said a lot of men, we still live in this world, do not want to see a woman harshly respond to the man. So she was very disciplined. On the flip side, women certainly did not want to see that kind of harsh response, and I think that was certainly not in line with the sexual assaults, but on the same path of a basic dislike for women. But by the way, what she did at that moment wasn't even that nasty. It was just a little jab.
But it was like the jab that was heard around the country, right? It was just that instant. It was this, like, right in the gut. And like I said, even personally, and he said so many offensive things from the very first day he announced his candidacy. He said things that shocked me that day. But when I heard that at the debate, man, I knew it instantly that this was going to be a moment where 7 out of 10 women already dislike him. This is someone who's bragged about sexual assault. We're already there, but this was like the extra bit of, like, how do I put it? We shifted into high gear, and now it's like, we got to get this done. We got to make sure that everybody gets out there, that we vote, that we talk to our sisters and our brothers and our husbands and our entire family and say, enough's enough. This is the time to end this. And I think that's that little bit for women, using that term nasty, and the way he did it, it really did it caught fire. Ignited fire, maybe.
Yeah. Stephanie, I just want to clarify on behalf of my co-host. I believe what Donnie was saying when he's called something a little jab was what Hillary Clinton said about Donald Trump's taxes was the little jab, and that then Trump overreacted. Oh. Just so you're clear, I don't think Donnie was saying that what Trump said was a little jab.
What was? Okay.
Yeah, just to defend Donnie. He gets in enough trouble on his own, but I like to try to help him out.
I love you. I feel the love over here, even though we're not together.
Here's my question for you, Stephanie. I think one of the things that's really powerful to me about this is the way in which it's resonant to me with times in which groups that are often discriminated against or treated poorly embrace terms of opprobrium that are used against them, right? So there was a period of time when gays and lesbians adopted the term queer in a kind of defiant way when they heard homophobes calling them queer. They just sort of took it up as a badge of honor. That feels to me like what's happening here, especially among a lot of the younger women who've taken to this very quickly, that there's a kind of like, they're kind of like, you want to call me nasty? You're damn right I'm nasty.
You are seeing it all over social media. I mean, even at Emily's List, where we have a campaign that's going incredibly well called "Women Can Stop Trump," you saw the logo go out, and it was "Nasty Women Can Stop Trump." There is something about that. It's because when you hear it initially, and it's so painful that you have sort of two choices. You can sort of crumble underneath it, or you can stand up and be proud and prove that person wrong. And I think that's what we're seeing women across the country doing, is exactly that. We're going to stand up.
I think to that point, Stephanie, I think women are going to rise up. I think watching Trump, I think a lot of guys are saying this, and I'm saying this, maybe it's time for women to take over. You know, Merkel, Golda Meir, Thatcher, Indira Gandhi, hasn't gone so bad. And I just think it's been a male with the worst male behavior we've ever seen. And I think whatever the polls are showing by women, it's going to be, and then some. They have had it. And I think a lot of men are kind of saying, let's give the lady a chance. I think there's something underneath here happening.
Well, I'm glad to hear you say that, because it is way beyond time for us to finally crack through that glass ceiling. And we have in Hillary Clinton someone who stood on that debate stage with grace and with grit to just say, hey, I am prepared to do this. And really, I saw during that entire debate, forget about the last moments there, but that entire debate, almost an evolution, another step toward really becoming the leader of the free world. And I was just so inspired by her performance. And then her ability to sort of stand and smile and say, you can say whatever you're going to say, Donald Trump. We've all been around those Donald Trumps like that. It doesn't matter. The stakes are too high, and we're going to stay focused. And I think it's really an inspiration to women across the country as well.